Hey guys, and welcome back to MidTown, USA. Here in day 9 of midsummer, and I think the title of this episode is going to be Full Court Press, because we have all hands on deck, and we have pretty much everybody working on field 11, with the exception to the sprayer here. It's going to finish spraying this field. Then we will get him running on field 11, actually. At that point, we will have, I think, 5 workers all on the same field, all at the same time. Off in the distance, you can see the fertilized sprayer, or spreader, just to the left of the windmill. It's sitting there stationary. To the left, coming across the screen to the right, is the big bud putting down soybeans. To the right, moving to the left, it's a little hard to see, but we've got the 8600, or the 87 Massey Ferguson, cultivating. Up over the hill, you can't see it, but up over the hill, we've got the New Holland harvester, and up on top of the hill, just to the left of the water tower there, just to the left of that radio tower, we have the 6600 with the grain cart. So everybody is on field 11, full court press, trying to get the field turned around and planted in soybeans, because basically we have one more day until basically we cannot put soybeans in the ground anymore. So our goal is to obviously get as many fields replanted as possible. We have every indication that we're going to be able to finish planting field 11 here for the end of tomorrow. So that will put at least 3 full fields of soybeans ready on the agenda for a late autumn harvest. Hire him just for the heck of it. So unlike, I typically don't like to tab around, but given the fact that we've got so many workers here working on the field, really isn't much in the way. I can off on you a bit because he's got such a wide working width that he'll easily get caught up to the harvester here. Got just a little bit of the field left to harvest. May have heard or seen the train run. There's the train tracks. We hear the train coming. Try to get over here as soon as we can to see the cool train go by. That is one of the highlights of this map, bar none, is the train activity. Kind of got to keep an eye on the cultivator, because the cultivator is running at 10 miles an hour, but he's got a smaller working width than the seeder. The seeder is working at 9 miles an hour, and but has a wider working width than the cultivator. The cultivator did have a little bit of a head start to the whole process, so we should be good for a little bit, but we'll need to keep an eye on that just to make sure that the cultivator is able to keep in front of the seeder there. Starting to whittle down on that head start for sure. Same with the sprayer. While the sprayer is running at 7 miles an hour, close to 7.5 mile an hour, it's got a lot bigger, wider working width than the seeder does. So at some point he will outpace the seeder and get caught up. Rain finished around. Rain didn't last long in gate yesterday, but it wasn't until pretty late in the day. It was close to midday before we finally got dry crop, so that we could get back to harvesting. We've been hard at it since. Field 15, just to catch you up to speed, is fully fertilized to 2 stages. We have to wait for it to crop up. before we can get it to a third stage. Field 16 is also at 2 stages fertilization. This field should be at 3 stages once watch that big bud there. The field 11 here should be at 3 stages with that liquid fertilizer application. Need to just check that once we get up here. Let's check. Yep, so with the liquid fertilizer application, he is at 3 stages. That's because we are applying a solid fertilizer. It's because we are applying a solid fertilizer post-harvest. Got chopped straw that we are cultivating in, which gives us our second layer. And we got the sprayer running the third layer. It's the big bud here. He's still making. He's getting ready to make his turn. So I think the cultivator has probably 2 passes there. It's a long stretch before it's on the narrow stretch. Let's get back to our carting. I wasn't going to basically come in until tomorrow and should record the canola harvest. But I thought with we've got 5 implements all in the same field. Thought that would be kind of cool to show off. Pretty big field, all kinds of work going on, and you can see how we are trying to make the best use of our available resources and time to get this field turned around as quick as possible. I don't know if we're going to be able to turn around the canola field, which is field 12. I don't know if we'll be able to turn it completely around tomorrow, which is the last day that we'll be able to plant soybeans, or if we're just going to basically get this field done up and just worry tomorrow about harvesting our canola and just leave that field for the rest of the year, state that it's in. Or we could probably put toward late autumn, we could probably put wheat in there. Go. Go ahead and come back up here, so we'll be ready to offload on the harvested side. When I was running this guy with Courseplay, I took the second trailer off of it. Didn't know how Courseplay would deal with that. Just took that off. Alright, let's go over here and check out. See where our cultivator is. Bud. Cultivator must be now. Is he stopped or is he back this way? Good, he's coming back. It's good. Alright, well, it's getting dark. We're going to continue to work through here until, at a minimum, all of the wheat is harvested. And I just wanted to show you guys this and everything. So when we get back, we'll be hot and heavy in the canola. Oh my goodness, I have to tell you, it seems like whenever it rains, it just pours. We are fighting to get this harvest done and see if we can't get that field turned around. And then lo and behold, I look up and I see that our cows and our sheeps need tending to. So we are having to deal with that. We've already watered them. Now we've got to mix up some TMR and get our sheep some grass or hay. We also need to mow some grass for our cows, while at the same time trying to pull that field in and trying to then get that field turned around. We need to fertilize it, we need to cultivate it, and seed it all before midnight in order to get another field of soybeans in. So we have finished up field 11. We finished that up this morning. Harvest finished probably around 10 p.m. last night. So we were done harvesting at that point. We were then basically finished fertilizing last night. And then we basically put everything away. And let's see here. Get those forks. Put everything away. We finished cultivating this morning. We finished seeding this morning, and we finished putting liquid fertilizer on that field this morning also. I'm going to go ahead and take a bale here. Of course, we can't see anything behind us. These things have great maneuverability, but they don't have visibility where the darn. So we got our our harvester up there on field 12, working away. We've got our grain cart up there, and of course all the tractors that we need for mowing for our cows are tied up. We can't use this little 5600 series Massey Ferguson to run our mowers. It just doesn't have the horsepower. So we're going to have to basically wait. Oh no, we're gonna have to wait until our harvest is done, and I don't even know if we can use the 6600 to run the mower and the forage wagon. But we'll give it a try and see what happens. So we're going to mix up some loads of TMR here and keep an eye on the harvester there. As soon as the harvester is done, we're going to take the fertilizer spreader over there and get it going, and get the cultivator going right behind the spreader. The spreader's got a faster working speed and a larger working width, a wider working width. So we should be able to start the cultivator right away and keep it ahead. Start the spreader ahead of the cultivator. Then once the cultivator has gotten about halfway done, we can start our seeder and see if we can't get that field turned around here before midnight. So we will, like I said, when we get back, we'll be hopefully in some other state other than feeding our cows. We're going to try to finish this off camera so we can get to some more fun action. See you in a bit. Alright, so we are nearly done harvest. We've just got a little bit to go. He went and filled up, so we still need to empty our harvester out. But we're going to go ahead and we're bringing our fertilized spreader over. Going to get him lined up, and go. Right now, let's get our cultivator lined up. Spreader, it's going at 12.5 miles an hour. I think we established our cultivator runs at 10 miles an hour. I'm going to let him get a little bit further down the road. Maybe to about halfway. And we'll start this guy off. Let's run over here and get our grain cart. And let's check the forecast. So, tomorrow will be the first day of late summer. You can see we're still got pretty warm temperatures. It's cloudy and 88 today. It's going to rain and be 91 tomorrow, 96 on Saturday, and then we get a little bit of cool down. The last day of summer, next Thursday, day 15 of summer, still 91 degrees and sunny. Then we head into the first day of autumn, hopefully another harvest season. First day of autumn, maybe we'll be ready to chop up some corn at that point for our fermentation silos, and maybe also for the BGA bunker. I have to see how that goes. Train. The train, let's see it. Run down over here and look at it real quick. Here's the train. Get that. I'm still working the pre-release copy of the map. I've been told that the new train looks absolutely outstanding. I haven't seen it yet, but I am looking forward to getting that copy very soon, and hopefully by this point there's some tractors, there's a couple harvesters. Hopefully by this time, by the time this video airs, the map will be released and you'll be able to play the map and see the train for yourself. Oh, that thing is still going, still going. Some CSX cars, and there you go, that's the end. Love the train. Love the train on the map. That is one of the high points of the map, for sure. All right. I'm gonna move the harvester out of the way. Here. And we're going to pipe out so we can come back with our grain cart and empty that. See how our guys are doing. You can see they're starting to get spread out now because of the working width and the speed in general. Let's go ahead and let's go this way. Maybe we'll be so lucky and get the train again as it makes its return loop. It's a sell point. We could continue down the road, going straight and divert, basically go around the train. But we're just going to go ahead and go this way and kind of hope that we get stuck by the train again. Let's see. Oh, the gates aren't coming down, so guess we won't have the train. Maybe we'll get the train on our return trip to unload our grain. So we want the cultivator to get about halfway before we cultivator is E. We want him to get to the 12. Probably want him to be on the 1. Then we'll start the big bud up. And get the big bud planting. 6 p.m. I'm figuring if we run the big bud into the night, we'll be able to get that field planted before midnight. Dump our grain. All right. Still need to mix up our TMR. We got enough of it mixed up that our cows aren't going to completely suffer. They won't die off. You need to get them grass, but like I said earlier, all of the machinery that's capable of running that mower is tied up here in this harvest. Got the 6600 here, running the grain wagon. That could probably run the mower and the forage wagon. Then we've got the 7700. And then we've got the 8300, 8700. That's what it is. No train. I don't think I've tried to run the mower with the 87. 60, this one. All right. The fertilizer spreader is nearly done. My cultivator is still working away. It's getting close. A couple more passes of the cultivator and we'll be ready to definitely be ready to fire up the big old bud. Hold him up. And we'll run this back to the silo. And then we'll get to mixing some TMR again until we're ready to fire up the big bud. So I'll keep you with me till we get to the train tracks, just in case the train comes, because it's my favorite part of the map, I have to say. Oh, doesn't look like we'll have a train, so I'll be back. I'll bring you back in a little bit. Alright, so it's time to start this big bud up and see if we can't get this field planted before the end of the day. Our fertilized spreader is done. Cultivator is about halfway. There's a train. I tell you, nothing happens. It's just fate. Just like a watched pot never boils, a watched for train never comes. As soon as I stopped the recording, I heard the train whistle as we drove away from the train crossing. So, can't win for trying. But at any rate, cultivator is far enough ahead that we shouldn't have a problem running into the cultivator. Let's go ahead and this bad boy lined up. Lock her in and let's roll. See how much of this field we can get planted in the next 4 hours. 4 game hours. Got our sunset Season sunsets are always so wonderful. Look across the rolling hills of this map. I think there's a flat field on it. There's some fields that kind of are flat, but they're still sloped. At any rate, got reduced productivity there in the cows because they ran out of grass. But oh well. Do what you can, and you can't do what you can't get done. We prioritized getting this field harvested and getting it reworked. So at this point, all we should need to do is come across in late summer with our sprayer to put the top third fertilization level on this thing, and then we'll call it done and just see how the weather works for us as far as late autumn, and if we can get these fields in or not. Under normal circumstances, I would probably try to put a headland in. But I can't do that, obviously, because we're still cultivating the field. If we had the luxury of all the time in the world, we would finish cultivating, then we would put a headland in, at least on this side, where we've got these rocks to give us a little bit more room to turn around. But said, not always, things don't always go according to plan. We're going to work into the night and see if we can't get this thing done. Looks like it's taking us about a half game hour to do each pass. So we've got basically the equivalent of 8 passes before we run out of time. Let's see how much we can get done in 8 passes of the field. I don't think we're going to get it all seeded, but give it a shot and see if we can't get most of it done. So I promised you a time lapse a couple episodes ago, but it never happened because we ran out of kind of ran into a problem that we had to take care of. So I am going to come good on that promise right now, and we're going to break into a little bit of a time lapse and see how much we can get planted in the next 3 game hours. So, I was checking while we were doing a little time lapse on some things, and this episode is going to air December 22nd. And we are not going to have an episode on the 25th, Christmas Day. So, I want to wish each and every one of you that are watching a happy Merry Christmas. Hope you have a safe holiday and enjoy it with your family. If you have to travel, I hope that you travel with as little stress as possible. For those of you that do not travel, good on you there, and I wish I was one of you. But inevitably, for me, holidays always seem to be a time where you go and do things that other people want you to do, and you really never get time to yourself to do the thing that you want to do. But at any rate, I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and soon to be New Year. Not sure if do a video for New Year's Day, or if we will just take that day off also. But at any rate, this will be the last video that will come out on the channel for Christmas, and the next video that comes out will be after Christmas. So I want to wish everybody a happy Merry Christmas, and looks like we're gonna maybe beat the clock on this. It's 11:22. We're done cultivating. We've got maybe 2 passes to go, and we might just get this thing under the wire. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you like this video, please consider clicking the like button. If you are not a subscriber, please go ahead and think about clicking that subscribe button also. Subscribe will give you notifications if you click the little ding dong bell icon as to when new videos are posted. We try to put out let's play videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We'll be playing here on this map, Midwest USA, through the entire first year. So we started in the last day of spring. We're going to play all the way through winter, and then we'll come back and we'll play spring, summer, and fall of year 2. Once we get done the last day of fall, we'll wrap up the map in year 2. And then we'll move on to something else. We've got some pretty cool projects in the works for 2018, so I hope you stay with us and basically join us for 2018 and see what we have in store. So with that, I'm just going to basically close out and wish everybody a happy Merry Christmas and happy farming.